Alright, how's it going there, YouTube? Well, I've been picking away this old 99 a little bit this week. I haven't done a whole heck of a lot with it, but I do have some penetrating fluid soaking in the cylinders right now. I'm going to try that first. See, we got a little bit of fluid just about every cylinder. I'm going to let that soak in here for a little bit. See if that does anything for us, and if not, I'll go to the diesel fuel and the ETF. Because that did work for me in the past. Now, I've been kind of tinkering with this whole thing a little bit. And I noticed something kind of interesting. Now, this being a 1939 model, it makes it one of the earlier 99s, because they come out in 38. But they have something that I thought was kind of interesting. I'll get the light here so you guys can see it. So you see that little paddle right there? Right on top of that light, right there. That little guy. That is your throttle linkage from the governor. Now, what's interesting is that, I'm sure I've told you guys in the past, that 1828 in the background there has got an Ensign carburetor on it. And when they went to the 80s and 99s, they went with Marble Sheevler carbs. I believe the 80 should be a TTX 18 and the 99 was a TTX 21. And what's kind of interesting is the throttle linkage for the 80 carb is the new style with the 2 pins and a little block. The 99 has the old paddle style linkage like the 1828 still has. So I got the carb over here on the bench. Nowhere near ready for this just yet, but I can go ahead and overhaul this anytime. I know the choke's stuck, just like my 80 was, and the needle's stuck right now. But back here, this is your throttle linkage, right? So that little paddle rather, on the block, there's a little spring that sits on there. And these 2 paddles touch, and that spring is like your throttle return spring. And I had one heck of a time putting that back together on the 1828. I don't know if I get you a photo of that spring or not. It sits right back in there. I don't know if I get it from the bottom side, maybe, I don't know. Nope, maybe not. But yeah, that was a real SOB to put in there. Because with the 1820, and I'm sure the 90 would be the same, to put that spring in there, it works backwards from the way you think it will. So you want the paddle on the carb side to pull up against this paddle on your throttle lever. So when you open your throttle, it pushes that down. So I had one heck of a time getting that set back up, because of course when you pull the carb off, you're not looking back there to see if there's a spring. Let's see if I can find that 80 carb, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. A little bit better detail. There it is right there. So you see on this one, I haven't gone through this carb a little bit. You see this has a hole in it for that little block with 2 pins. No pulls. So, or no paddles rather. So that's going to be interesting to get together. I'm going to have to find another one of those springs. I'm pretty sure that you can get it from Corv's. I was told in the past. They're not listed on their website. Oh, now you've done it. They're not listed on Corv's website, so I believe you got to call them to get that. Just knocked over that other air breather. Hope that's not full of oil. Oh. It's got some weight to it. Anyway, I have done nothing with the 80 this week. I got my gasket paper in the mail, though, so I can make a rocket cover gasket up for it finally, because I don't want to go wire wheeling on this without getting this sealed back up. So I'm not taking any chances there. I'm sure it'd probably be okay. I'm probably overthinking it, but, you know, I don't need the tractor to go to the field and work or anything, so no real rush to get on that one. But I did also receive this week that other valve from another YouTube subscriber of mine. Tyler Fegan sent me the valve from Alberta. The exhaust valve goes in here. I did attempt to put the valve in the other night, but I need to do a little bit of cleaning up inside the valve guide here. I did buy some brass brushes wherever they're. Oh yeah, my shop's a complete mess, so don't judge me. What did I do with it here? This gasket paper showed up. Yeah, right here. So I was told that a steel brush would work, but I don't really want it too crazy with it, so I have brass brushes too. So I'm going to use a brass brush on those guides just so that way we don't get too carried away. I do have the other rocker cover stud on the bench here somewhere. I set it down. I don't know where it went. So I need to clean my bench back off here again. Because, well, having two tractors apart, there's a lot of pieces around here right now. And, well, some pieces from the 80 will fit on the 90 and vice versa. Looks like here we do have a stock valve in the head. So I'm going to soak that down with some penetrating fluid. I was pretty sure I had a valve spring compressor here somewhere. My grandfather had one. I'm pretty sure he had one, but if not, I'm going to have to buy one of those. I'm going to take this head apart and clean it up. I did find the other two manifold studs. I have a Zenith carburetor for sale right now. This is off a Cockshot 30, I believe. I think it's got B7 stamped in the bottom of it. Yeah, B7. Yeah, so I believe that fits a Cockshot 30. I had bought I bought two carburetors there 2 years ago when I had the Cockshot 40 I tried to get running, and then I bought a Marvel, and it came with the Zenith. So obviously the Zenith's not going to fit anything else here. So when you see the size of the 90 carburetor versus that, so like I said, we're not quite ready for that just yet. Obviously, I can go through it though anytime and get it ready to go. So when we are ready to start the tractor, we can put that on there and everything's good to go. I did find a mag though for it. There's a guy down in the States that has a fully rebuilt mag, all conditioned up. He wants a pretty good buck for it, so I was kind of thinking if I can get him down a better deal, I'll buy the rebuilt mag to put on the 80, and the 80 mag will go on the 99. At least to get it running anyway. I stuck the pre-cleaner pipe on there because I just want to see what the height we got, because I kind of like the taller pre-cleaner styles. I never was really a fan of having the pre-cleaner right down to your hood line here, so I was never a real fan of that. As you guys can tell, I like to have kind of a longer pipe on the tractors. It's just something, of course, Grandpa's always had it that way, so I guess that's the way I learned. Other than that, I haven't done really a whole heck of a lot with it. Like I said, I tried to, at least with the 90, I got a hand crank I can pull on the engine with to try to get it to roll over. Unlike the 40 where I was wedging a pry bar on the ring gear to try to get it loosened up. But I don't think that's going to work for us here because I can just grab the hand crank, much easier. I kind of was up here checking some stuff out on the platform though, earlier this week. Wait. It does not seem like the clutch is locked up at all, so that's good. I might just go through it and just check it out real quick. But we have a bigger problem. I think just the detents are seized up because I had this plate off last week and I pulled the shifter out, but she don't want to go into gear too bad, so you can feel the detents are wanting to move, but they've just been kind of seized up. So I'm going to take some penetrating fluid and shoot it down in the detents. That'll be another video for you guys. I believe this is your pulley engagement. This seems like it's locked up, but I haven't really tried to fool it too much. I know these are usually quite stiff. I know the one my grandpa had was all rebuilt one, and it was like you had to put almost all your body weight on it to get it to go into gear. The brake does work, but I need to, of course, adjust it. I did also notice you got looking, which is something kind of interesting. I don't know if it's original or not, because after 1938, Oliver dropped the Hart Par name. But if you can see there, we got an Oliver Hart Par oil pressure gauge, so that's pretty sweet. Now that yellow gauge is off something a little bit newer. Could be off a newer 99 or Fleetline style, this and that, but yeah. Thought that was kind of neat because I haven't seen that. Have not seen that kind of font before. I had an Oliver Hart Par water temperature gauge in the 1828 original, and it was a little bit different than that. I think I shall have the gauge in the shop here somewhere. We'll have to take it out and have a look. Well, you correct, please. Don't have a look at that. That's a case gauge. We'll just ignore that for now. It's just an ammeter gauge. I do have for that Cockshot, when I bought the fenders for that, I think I showed you guys have an original Oliver amp gauge, and it might end up in the 99. So I wanted to show you guys the brochure real quick. I have had this brochure for about 10, 11 years. The brochure is from 1948, so one of the later 99s. This is 39 model, of course, but thought something was kind of neat here. When Oliver had advertised these, they advertised them as the 99, the most powerful tractor on wheels, of course, in their days. So Oliver, if you actually read these brochures real quick, they boasted actually quite a bit. Like, they really promoted their stuff well. Of course, having the original brochures is nice to have when you have the tractors, right? So you guys know me well enough. I like to have the books to go with them. And I think I have an IT shop manual for this. I'm pretty sure I do. If not, then I'm going to probably go buy one. I can get it off eBay. This is cool with the centerfold here. Ain't that neat? Now, they rated these, I think they were rated as a 3.5 tractor, so it'll pull 3 bottoms and anything, possibly 4 12s or 4 14s. But I think max rated drawbar pull is a 5.14 plow, so that's pretty good. Anyway, the wife's looking for me to go to dinner, so I better shut this off, and I will see you guys on the next one. So take her easy.